Welcome to Bodies in the Post, where I speak to art makers, product creators, scientists, and revolution makers who help us rethink what it is to be human in these post-human times. Here, we get to know the humans behind the creations and their inner worlds that form the basis of what drives them. I'm your host, Lydia Kay, a researcher in this field. Today's episode is with pop icon Tamta. From growing up in Soviet Georgia in the 1990s to singing in front of thousands of people worldwide, her enduring music career spans over 20 years, which reflects her singing talent, but also her ability to evolve. Her constant reinvention, and particularly her futuristic style, is one of the reasons I wanted to have Tamta on this podcast. She's always looking ahead, finding ways to integrate technology and experiment with transforming herself, stylistically as well as musically. In this episode, Tamta speaks of marrying her first love at the age of 14, having her daughter 9 months later, and how during this time she would sing alone in her living room, imagining crowds of people applauding her. Little did she know that this dream would become a reality. After Tamta divorced her husband, she moved to Greece with her daughter, where her mother was a housekeeper. Then, in 2003, she auditioned for Super Idol in Greece and went on to place second in the competition, securing herself a record deal and releasing her first album in 2006. She's been releasing music ever since and has built an adoring fan base. She's had charting albums and singles in Greece and Cyprus, been a repeated judge and mentor on the X Factor in Georgia and in Greece, and she's also represented Cyprus in the Eurovision Song Contest in 2019. In the last few years, her music and music videos have become more experimental and futuristic. She's taken on cybernetic personas, created avatars of herself, integrated AI, and clearly has this fascination with techno-futurism and experimental post-human aesthetics. She's also collaborated with major fashion brands, including Mugler, and recently attended Balenciaga's Fall 2025 show in Paris, aligning herself with the avant-garde future thinkers in fashion. Since late 2024, and throughout this year, Tamta has been releasing new music. First, she released The Villain, an EP that marks the intertwining of experimental sounds and technological themes. The music is darker and showcases her versatility and transgression from conventional pop music. It features songs sung in both Greek and Georgian and explores themes of identity and authenticity in this digital age. Following this, in 2025, she released The Heroine, which is the continuation of The Villain, but with a different sound that Tamta describes as happier and hyper. Together, The Villain and The Heroine form an artistic statement, delving into themes of duality, transformation, and self-exploration. While The Villain embodies a darker, more introspective persona, the heroine emerges as its luminous, extroverted counterpart, which highlights her commitment to artistic freedom and the exploration of multifaceted identities. In this episode, Tamta talks about unifying the two EPs together in a full studio album, adding even more unreleased songs and adding some remakes of her old hits. Also in this episode, we delve into Tamta's unwavering ambition, her love of fashion and new tech, and the evolution of her music style. I love Tamta's visual identity, as she really embraces this tech-infused artistry. When she arrived to meet me, she looked stunning with short orangey red hair, which she said is inspired by the character Lilu in Fifth Element, a film known for its colourful and dystopic representation of the future. I really enjoyed chatting with Tamta. She came across as warm, open, and optimistic. I hope you enjoy listening. So Tamta,
Hi.
welcome to Bodies in the Post. It's amazing to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And in
Thank
person as well. I thought at first when we were talking that it was going to have to be online just because you're normally based in
Well,
Greece.
I'm in London, so
You're
why
in
not?
London, exactly. So it's worked out perfectly. And I'm so glad to have you here sat in front of me looking absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You have such an impressive career. I don't even know where to start. You are a singer. You've also done some acting. acting. You were an X Factor judge in Georgia and Greece.
Mm-hmm.
You are a fashion icon. You've been a Eurovision contestant, and
Where I represented Cyprus,
yes,
not Greece, not Georgia, Cyprus.
yes, and you were born in Georgia.
I was born in Georgia and raised in Georgia.
Born and raised in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's a good place to start, actually, your beginnings. And so you are
course.
now Georgian-Greek, so you have official Greek citizenship.
I do have. I just got it like a year ago.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Does that feel good?
It does, because I've been living in Greece for the past 20 years, like half of my life. So I really needed it, psychologically. And I really think that I deserved it. So finally I got it. So yes, my name is Tamta. That's how my name sounds in Georgian. But in Greek, it sounds like Tamta.
Tamta.
Yes, but in Georgian, it sounds Tamta.
Tamta.
So yes, I was born and raised in beautiful capital of Georgia, Tbilisi, where I spent 20 years there, and then I left and I moved to Greece.
And am I right in thinking that you got married when you were in Georgia and you were only 14 years old?
Yeah, I know it sounds like a bit shocking, but
does it feel shocking for you now?
At some point, yes, it is. But it was kind of a normal thing back then in Georgia. A lot of girls got married at that age. Maybe not that young. 14 was too young. But at 16, 17, it was kind of okay. If parents like each other's families, it was, okay.
So was it, I'm assuming it wasn't a forced marriage, but maybe was it an arranged marriage?
It was not arranged marriage. No, it's kind of difficult to explain. But, well, he was 16, I was 14, and we were friends. At some point, my mom understood that he was like really following me everywhere. And, she got afraid of that he's going to do something. So she told him, just slow down. You're still very young, but I don't know. He interpreted it differently, I guess. So one day I was going to the rehearsal and he was waiting for me.
A singing rehearsal?
Singing rehearsal, yes. So he stopped me and he asked me to go somewhere to just talk, And his friend was waiting in the car. So I felt weird. I actually knew that it's not going to be just a coffee or a talk. Nobody forced me to get in the car. I got in the car. But the conversation never happened. So he took me outside of Tbilisi in his friend's house. And we stayed there for a night. So back then in Georgia, you had to be virgin, So when people already knew that, because after hours, our parents started looking for us. So it was obvious what happened. So I was very afraid to go back home after I spent a night with him. So I just decided to get married because I was really, really afraid of,
the social
people.
backlash.
Yes.
Were you happy to get married to him?
I don't know. I think it was kind of a, curiosity plus shame plus like a lot of things together. So it was like I was afraid actually. So I stayed. Like I married him and I stayed married for 6 years. And after that day, in about 10 months, my daughter was born. I didn't even know how you understand that you're pregnant. I was asking people like, what's going on?
So that's a lot for a 14-year-old to be dealing with.
And, nobody was discussing with children anything about sex or, nothing. So I knew nothing. I was completely like, I was too young.
Yeah, 14 is very young. Did he, when you say he took you in the car, you saw him as your boyfriend and you were...
He was madly in love and he just wanted to marry me,
So it wasn't anything too sinister in terms of him taking you away that evening?
Not really. He was really sweet. And it's the thing that I'm trying to explain, it was something really common in Georgia. It was not like, that shocking for anybody, actually. The shocking fact was that I was just too young. But when I say too young, like 16 was okay, 14 was too young. That was the only weird thing that happened. Other than that, it was a lot of girls that went through
Yeah.
this experience.
And I mean, it is common at sort of 14, 15, 16 to have your first boyfriend or girlfriend and maybe lose your
Exactly.
virginity and all of that stuff, but without the pressure of
Yeah, we were not
getting married.
allowed,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you're not allowed.
to have sex before marriage.
So it's obviously very a religious country.
It used to be. It's not at all right now.
Really?
Not at all.
So less teenage marriages now, maybe?
Yes, fortunately.
I'm kind of feeling like you don't have any regrets with that, probably also because you
course
had
not.
your daughter.
Of course not. And in general, I don't really regret things, to be honest, because as they say, you know, you learn through the difficulties. And I'm totally fine with it. And I also, as time goes by, I appreciate myself more and more because I've been through a lot, as you have been through a lot, I guess. And everybody has its own story, but I gain strength from my story. And it sounds, looks and feels beautiful. So no regrets at all.
That's amazing. That's such a lovely way to look at it. And then after you'd had your daughter, you managed to finish high school whilst raising your daughter at the same time. And you got divorced about 6 years later.
Exactly.
And then you moved to Greece to be with where your mum was. But for someone who is clearly extremely ambitious and had, you know, there's so much that you wanted to do, even the fact that you kind of managed to finish high school with a young child and with someone who was so ambitious, what was it like to suddenly have this tiny baby that you had to look after?
To be honest, by the time I was married, there was no ambition at all. I was a married girl, you know.
Different life, trad wife.
So my dreams were like, bye-bye, gone. But I guess somewhere inside me it was still alive and cooking somehow, you know, because I remember myself, you know, in 90s in Georgia was really, really difficult political and economical situation. So we didn't even have electricity. It went on just for a couple of hours in a day. So whenever I was at home with my baby and nobody else was at home, every time electricity was on, I was like running to the cassette player, putting some, you know, songs and singing my heart out loud. And I was actually seeing myself being on a big stage with like CEO people watching and applauding me. So I was really feeling it.
Wow.
Seeing and feeling it. So
weird that you kind of had a premonition almost.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine back then that time will come then and it will be a reality.
You just felt like that was what you were supposed to do.
Yes, I guess so. Like I was a shy child, but I was on the stage from the age of 6. And every time I was on the stage performing, I felt like free. I could express myself much easier than in everyday life. I was really, really shy. So I guess it was something that I loved, helped me to express my feelings and myself in general. All the time it was inside me and I never lose a chance. So when it came, I just grabbed it. Yeah,
it's amazing that you almost had those premonitions or you could visualize it, you could see it.
Yes.
What can I ask? What songs were you said you'd run to the cassette player and put songs on.
Exactly.
Who were you listening to? What songs?
I was listening to Michael Jackson a lot. It was that time, you know.
Yeah.
Whitney and all the pop culture back then was really, really big. So I'm a 90s girl. I was listening to all of the pop singers back then. But we have classical music very strongly in our culture and jazz as well. So I love rock music as well. So that's why I don't like to be in a box. I just can't. Mm-hmm. But pop was my main love, I think.
Yeah. So that your reference points were kind of all in different genres.
Yeah.
So then when you moved to Greece, which is where your mum already was, and you were helping her, or you were working as a housekeeper
My
alongside
mom was
her.
working as a housekeeper. And I actually tried to help her. So most of the times I was with her, like helping her out.
And then someone either told you about Super Idol.
My mom.
Your mum.
Yeah.
And you entered Super Idol in 2003 and came second out of the entire competition.
I did,
Which is incredible.
My mom was and is a huge supporter of me. And she's a very proud mom. So she was, I guess, always talking about me to that family where she was working, that I sing and my voice is beautiful and stuff like that. So I think member of the family was working in a production of Super Idol. So, they when this kind of TV show starts, they're trying to find people to audition. So they just told my mom, if she's that good, just tell her to come and audition. And my mom came home and he was like, you have to go. But I didn't know Greek at all by that time, like at all.
How old were you at that point when you entered the show?
I was 23.
Okay, and you hadn't been in Greece that long?
22 or 23.
So you were still learning the language?
Not really, because I didn't really have any friends, or I had no connection with Greek people yet. So I could use my English when needed. So I didn't really try to learn Greek. But after I auditioned, I understood that I had to learn Greek, because in Greece, if you don't know Greek, you can't do almost anything.
Really?
Right? You have to speak Greek.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
To be like, quick, learn the language.
But I guess I love to be pressured.
Challenged.
And challenged, yes. So I started learning Greek and I picked it up pretty quick. I don't know how it happened. Maybe I was living in Greece, so I guess I knew things, but I didn't really use it. So when time came and I had to start, talking in Greek, it was already somewhere there. So I learned Greek and I came second at Super Idol. So that's how all started.
That's amazing.
I signed EMI Music. They signed me.
That's the record label you got signed to after Pop Idol. Can I ask, when you entered the competition, because you know how I feel like some people are just destined to be stars, or destined to be performers, and having those visions when you were younger of singing in front of crowds and your mum really wanting you to do it. When you were in the competition, did you feel like this is going to go well? Or were you surprised?
I had that feeling, to be honest.
You knew you could do it?
Yeah. I can't give you the exact explanation how I knew it, but I could feel it somehow, that I was on my way to reach my dreams, somehow to come true. Yeah, it felt great. I don't know. And you know what? At some point, I think the fact that I didn't speak Greek, somehow it helped me, because I couldn't understand any negative things judges used to say.
That's really helpful.
Yes, at all. I was like, all the time happy. All that matters to me was just sing and express myself. It was tough for me to learn Greek songs, but
And that was part of the competition, was it?
Yes, it was tough, but I was really self-confident. I don't know how did I find my self-confidence back then, but I had it. I don't know. And I had a feeling that something good was coming.
You got signed to the record labels after Pop Idol. Mm-hmm. You started releasing music. You won Best New Artist at the Mad Video Music Awards.
Yes.
Your career was just massively on the rise. And since then, you've been working consistently.
It's a problem sometimes. We artists are we are a bit crazy. Most of the times we cry, we don't like this, we don't like that. I'm a perfectionist, so it's a hard work for perfectionists to be artist, I think, especially when you when you live from art, when you have to make money from it.
Oh, when you live off it, yeah.
When you live off it, it's really, really difficult, because I was for many years, I didn't really express myself the way I wanted to, because I had to survive. I had to do what I had to do to survive. And it was not the art I wanted to do, or the way I wanted to do. But it was fine. I was telling myself, you're still singing, You're not sitting at the office for 8 hours. Maybe you don't like it 100%, but you're still singing. You're doing what you love. So I kind of get over it and did what I had to do for many years, until the quarantine came and I sat at home and thought about everything. And I was like, I'm going to go crazy. I just need to express myself really as I want. So
it took quarantine for you to have that redirection.
Because I took time. I never had time, really never had time to sit and think about what I do and why I do it. And I think that really helped me to make this decision was that, my daughter is almost 29 years old now. So she got her job. She's found without me. So I don't have to do things that I don't like because we have to survive. She can survive and I can definitely survive. So I just started putting out like songs and changing myself, which I love. I can't like sit and be the same thing all the time. I can't. I need to change all the time.
That's something I really wanted to talk to you about, actually, is you transform yourself a lot and almost go through like a metamorphosis.
I do.
With each album that comes. There's like a new look, a new sound, a new feel. And it sounds like that's a natural process for you. But do you also feel any pressure from the music industry to kind of be different every time?
Not at all. People in Greece wanted me to be the same.
Oh, do they?
Because they used to tell me, don't change your hair so much because they lose you. They don't understand what you're doing, or they don't even recognize you. And I was like trying to be the same girl for a year or two, but I just couldn't do it. I love changing myself. I always love to do it in any ways, like music-wise or styling-wise. I can be, actually, I think I'm everything altogether. Like I can be a classy fairy lady and the next day I can be a monster,
I love that.
Yes, that's me. So that's where Identity Crisis actually came from.
So Identity Crisis was the album that you released in 2023. And was that, when you say it came from that time in quarantine that you had?
Yeah.
When you kind of needed this transformation?
Yes, exactly. So the idea of this album came back then. My producer and very good friend of mine, Theo, we were like, let's do what we like and the way we like it. And whoever likes it. We don't really care. So the whole process was the best process I have ever been through because I was feeling free to create images and music I really love. At that time, because I changed, I don't know, maybe like in a year, I'm just going to sit on a chair and sing just ballads. I don't know. But
I guess as well, it's like, because you started so young, it's natural that your identity changes as you get older anyway, doesn't it? And because you express yourself through song and visually, you're very present, in your videos and everything, that it's only natural that you as a person is going to develop and change.
Yes.
And it would be a bit weird if you didn't, in a way. But it sounds like Identity Crisis was a place for you to really have your own signature.
It was. And it still is, yeah. Yeah, I'm very proud of it.
It's an amazing album.
I
listened to all of it through like audio.
Really?
And then I watched all of the videos as well.
Thank you.
I love the videos. The music videos are incredible.
Thank you.
There's a very different sound, isn't it, from your previous sound? It's like darker, more like electro pop.
Yeah.
And the videos as well are quite sort of industrial, slightly dystopic.
Dystopian, yeah.
There's a lot of technology that you incorporate in the videos as well, which I love. There's this
Thank
kind
you
of
so much.
very creative exploration. I got a quote from you from another interview where you said, "Identity Crisis holds immense significance in my musical journey. Through this album, I aimed to find the core essence of who I am as an artist and break free from external limitations and expectations. The album delves into the complexities of identity and the various dimensions that shape us as individuals." Can I ask, with Identity Crisis, were you feeling like you were having an identity crisis during that time?
To be honest, I don't really like the word crisis. I think it's a natural process and we all go through it. Like, I don't think we are one thing in general. Personally, I think that I have different versions of me inside of me, but most of the times people like try to project something we want other people to see, which sometimes is not a reality. So I just wanted to be free and express myself because previously I've done songs like happy songs most of the times, which is part of me. I'm a happy person, but I can't be always happy. Like I get depressed, I'm stressed, I can be many things. So I needed to express myself. I really needed to express myself through the songs and through my art and through my looks and performances. And my daughter asks me, like, in general, I'm very calm. She's totally opposite.
Is she?
And
I wonder how that's come about.
I don't know. And she was asking me, like, how can be so calm, you know? And I realized that when I perform, like for 2 hours, I go through so many emotions and versions of me through the song in 2 hours. There are songs that I cry. There are songs that make me happy and smile. There are songs that make me angry, and I really express that when I'm on stage, which I never do in my life.
Right.
So I guess I need my stage performances and my art just to express my feelings the best way, you know,
Yeah.
and stay calm in my everyday life with my family.
So you use the stage as a place to let it all out.
Yes.
Particularly since Identity Crisis album.
I think so, yeah. Well, stage always was the place where I express myself, but Identity Crisis have very different kind of songs, emotional wise, if I can say it. There is a song I wrote about my daughter. It's in Georgian. I don't know if you listen to it.
I did, yeah. Was that the first song you did in Georgian?
Yes. And first song actually I wrote. I have written many songs before, but I never released them, and this is the first one I released. So these songs makes me very emotional every time I sing it. Like I cry, you know.
Because it's about her.
Yes, it's about us. It's about her. It's about us. It's about our relationship, which was not always easy and bright for obvious reasons. You know, I was 14. We just grow up together. And
yeah, you could be sisters with that age gap, really.
Of course. And also we had kind of a difficult life, especially for a child who is 6 years old, and you like take her from the family. And I just took her to another country when we moved to Greece. She had to go to school. She didn't know language at all. She was bullied quite a lot. Then, you know, I was a pretty much like normal mom doing mom things, you know, and we moved to Greece, and in 2 years, like, my life changed, and Annie sees her mom like doing totally different things,
and probably being away a lot. I'm guessing you were away a lot.
Yes, but I was lucky because I had my mom in Greece, so
yeah,
she was really helping me to raise her. I didn't really travel a lot, just in Greece, in some islands and other towns of cities of Greece, but mostly I was in Greece, so we were like together.
Yeah.
I had no chance to spend that much time with her, but I tried my best.
And also, it's like I said before, you know, someone who's clearly got a big dream and is very ambitious, it's finding a way to still make that work with a daughter and still show them love. I mean, it's great as well because I'm sure that she does feel very loved, but being able to leave her with your mum, you know, I always think if you're going to leave your kids with anyone, grandparents are the best people to leave them with, aren't they? Because they love them as well.
I was lucky. I was really lucky to have mom. I am really lucky.
Is she very proud of you?
She is very proud. She's so proud of me.
She must think you're so cool.
Proud of me.
Did she go through a weird stage though when she was like really embarrassed? Because you know when kids just don't want to stand out and they're like...
You mean Annie or...
Your daughter, yeah.
Yeah,
was there a stage when
course.
she was embarrassed?
She doesn't really like what I do, but she's very supportive. She knows that I love what I do, and she supports me. She's not really listening to my music. She's listening to a different genres, but she's very supportive, and I'm very, very proud of her. She's the strongest in the family. I think my mom is like a rock, and then it's me, who is also, I guess, quite strong. But I think Annie wins us both.
Really?
She's a tough one.
Perhaps
really
it was that experience of going to Greece at 6 and having to learn Greek and all of that kind of disruption that made her really resilient.
Of course, and my job as well, because, you know, she used to hear a lot of things about me at school, you know. She even went through very, like, bad emotions for a couple of years. She was afraid that somebody's going to do something bad to me, you know. But it took us some time, and we're on a good way now.
You're in a good place now. That's really good.
A good place, yeah.
I read that you created your own digital avatar for the album cover of Identity Crisis.
Well, I didn't create it. It was made by an amazing artist, Craves. I just had an idea and I wanted to do it like years ago. And Identity Crisis was the perfect album and title to make the avatar. So I found Craves and we had been working for this avatar for maybe 4 or 5 months. And I'm very proud of that one too.
It's a beautiful avatar. And it just creates the feel for the whole album, doesn't it? In terms of it feels very futuristic. And again, that sort of dystopic feel, which is, it's not, I feel like dystopic is negative. It's like a somewhere between utopic and dystopic, but it's very industrial, futuristic bodies.
You got it. Yeah, it is.
I love it. And we were talking earlier about your hair being very Fifth Element today.
Yeah.
And I was complimenting you on your hair and you said it's very Fifth Element. And that's, in a way, I see your influences from that because Fifth Element is so crazy, futuristic, very urban.
Yeah.
But also it doesn't feel dystopic. There's like hope in there as well.
There's always a hope. There is no life without a hope. There must be a hope.
Exactly.
Always.
And integrating technology with fashion and music is sort of something that you think you're going to do in your next album as well?
Yes, I'm going to do it for the next album too. I'm not going to use my avatar. I'm going to do the different artwork for the next album, but it's still going to be technological. That's for sure. I also going to have a song in my second EP, which is going to be Tamta featuring Tamta AI, which happened I had a song, but I was not in Greece, so I couldn't do a demo. And my producer sent it to me, and I listened to it, and it's me. It sounds just like me.
What, the AI?
Yes. And I went crazy and was like, Dale, what are you doing? Who is this
So
girl?
they stole your voice.
He used AI generator, and I just could hear myself singing the song that I have never sang
That's
before.
so creepy. That must have been a really weird feeling.
Liked it, and I kept the song, and I'm gonna use this AI, Tamta AI, voice, and do it with her. Actually.
Oh wow! What a full circle moment. Did you find the person who did it in the first place?
Well, he sang the song, but
but he changed it to your voice.
yes. He wanted to hear the song with my voice, and he didn't have me, so he just used AI.
So when you reached out to him, was he like, "Oh shit, they're going to see me"?
No. It was just fun. I was so amazed. I knew that it's possible, but we never tried to do it. So I was listening to my voice.
That's so weird.
To a song that I have never sang before, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I was like, "Wow, it's amazing!
Now you're
I'm going to do it with myself."
That is so it's meta.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I can't wait to see where we're going because I don't really, and I think nobody can have any idea exactly where we're going. So I'm kind of afraid and excited all together
about the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that. A lot of people just feel afraid.
I can't stay there. I can't just stay there and be afraid. No.
Yeah, it's a bit pointless to just be afraid because also it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you can't stop it. So you just have to move on.
Yeah, you have to find ways of working with it. And if people are worried about the ethics of it, then I think as a community that can also be worked out.
Yeah, of course. I do understand all the issues, but I see that it's coming. So I'm just trying to understand what's going on and not stay behind in a way to, I don't want to stop what I do. I just want to move on and try to find the ways that fit me.
Yeah, but I think that's so much more like embracing of it.
Yeah.
Working with your AI voice rather than, I bet the guy was nervous when you called him because I think a lot of other artists would be like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You're stealing my voice. But instead for you to be like, okay, let's make something of this. I think it just shows your character that you're open.
I am open. I think I am pretty open, maybe sometimes too open, but we'll see. I don't want to just sit here and cry about what's coming because maybe we'll cry, but maybe not. We'll see.
It's up to us as well, I think, as humans, to make it right and make it better. We can't just roll over and be like, oh, it's all going to shit. You know, there's ways that we can work together as a community. If you're enjoying this episode, please could you do me a huge favor and take a second to rate, review, follow, or share the show, because this really helps it to reach more people. This is an independent podcast, and in you doing this, I'm able to continue creating new episodes for you to enjoy. Thanks so much. Going back to you speaking lots of different languages, I know that you sing in different languages now as well, which must have a huge benefit in terms of your audience. But I'm linking this back to Eurovision because you are, obviously we talked about you being Georgian and Greek, officially now Greek. But for Eurovision, you represented Cyprus in 2019. And from what I can find online, there were some people who wanted you to represent Greece.
Yeah.
Some people who wanted you to represent Georgia. And there was a bit of confusion around why you were representing Cyprus. But I wanted to ask you kind of, was this decision somewhat out of your hands, or was this a decision that you made?
Not really. I hear my name throughout my career. So I tried twice to represent Greece in 2007 and 2015. It didn't work out. So when Cyprus come to me and proposed, I was like, let's do it. I mean, they already got the song, which I didn't really like that much.
Was that the one you ended up singing?
Yes, but I was like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have this experience. It's been like too many years that I hear my name, so I just need to go and see what it is about, you know. So,
did you enjoy it?
Well, not that much because I had a, you know, it's an amazing experience.
I've heard it's a lot of fun, like behind the scenes and stuff.
But my main problem was that just right before the Eurovision, I had a terrible back problem with my herniated disc, so I couldn't move. My right leg was totally numb.
That's terrifying.
So it was terrifying, and it somehow, I can say that it somehow grounded me.
The injury?
Yes, the injury, because I was so stressed. Like, I wanted to do my best, and, you know, and then I was at home, like, laying down and doing my physiotherapy.
Yeah, and that was 3 months before Eurovision.
It was 3 months before, and it was right before I shot my music video. So in the music video, you see my legs, which are not my legs.
Oh, really? Someone else had to step in.
Yes, so it somehow grounded me, but I was not, 100% ready for it physically, and probably because all of this psychologically as well. So I didn't have that much fun, because when they go to the Eurovision, they're like partying all the time, you know, and I just was like going to the rehearsals and back to the hotel to sleep and just lay down. And so I wish I was like healthier to had a better time, but things happen for some reason. But the main thing, the realization I had, was that right before I get on the stage of the Eurovision, I was waiting just a minute before, and I could see between the monitors the crowd, and it happened, I don't know why, but all the Greeks and Cypriots were like there. I could see the flags and them screaming. And I just went back to my apartment in Georgia when I was like running to listen to the cassette and seeing myself singing on a big stage with a sea of people. And I was like so amazed and so shocked, because that was the time that I realized one more time, dreams can't come true. So I was just so happy. It didn't really matter that the place I got or whatever happened. I was just like, you know, the happiest one to get on the stage and do whatever I could do. So I was wearing, like, my shoe size is 39 and I was wearing 37 because I needed to feel my right leg, because it was like numb, really numb. And I had a lot of problems, sound problems and stuff. But this realization was so calming, and it brought me so much joy that I was like, this is it. This
You're
is
kind
the
of doing
life,
it for your younger self who
yeah,
was back then.
exactly.
Were you nervous?
You know what happened? When I'm on stage, I'm never nervous. Of course, you are before you step on a stage, but
Do you get stage fright ever?
not really, to be honest, not really. The only thing that most of the times I get nervous to is like if I remember my moves or my lyrics, that kind of a stuff. But I feel like good and I feel myself on the stage. So I can't say I ever had a huge problem on being on stage and performing.
That's good.
Yeah.
But with all that pressure, I guess, of Eurovision, because it's a competition as well.
Yes, of
And
course,
then
there is a big pressure.
You feel all of that responsibility to the country that you're supporting. Also, you've got, a lot of your fans are Greek, so there would have been your Greek supporters as well.
There was much more pressure and stress, but I was kind of avoiding reading stuff. And I know a lot of friends of mine that went to Eurovision and they're still like traumatized.
Oh, really? Performers?
Yes. I'm not traumatized at all. I wish I could go again, and I just want to represent myself the best way, because I don't think 2019 was the best of me.
It shows how determined you are, I think, to do it with the back injury. And
yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. I sometimes when I think about that period, I was like, I get really proud of myself, to be honest. It was really, really difficult for me.
Because you were also producing loads of singles and albums around about that time. You'd been working as a judge on X Factor and a mentor. Your schedule was really full.
It was.
So to find the time to also do Eurovision.
Yeah. And I did, a year before, I did a musical, cabaret. I played Sally Bowles.
I saw that, and I was like, an actress as well.
Yes, I mean, I've done a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do more.
More acting?
Maybe acting, yeah. I love what I do, and my motto is the evolution in general, in everything. Like, I can't stay still. I have to move. I have to learn. I have to get uncomfortable most of the times to learn, and it's totally fine.
I think that point of discomfort is when you're learning the most.
Yeah.
I find that if I'm not being challenged and if I feel really comfortable, then I start to get a bit depressed, because I'm like, I'm not moving forward. I'm just being stagnant. If I'm not being pressured or learning more, it can be quite a depressing place if you're just stood still.
That's how I feel all the time. Like when I feel good and I'm like, okay, now I'm doing this and I feel good. Then the time comes and I was like, oops, I have to move. You're getting too comfortable. Girl, you have to move,
I also want to ask quickly about the Eurovision audience.
Yeah.
Being a very LGBTQI plus friendly space that embraces uniqueness. Do you see yourself as fitting well into that space where like campness and fashion and eccentricity are really celebrated?
I always feel comfortable, and I think I'm a part of this community because, pop has always been supported by them. And what happened to me as well when I started as a pop artist in Greece, I just feel like I feel comfortable with them, with this community. Yeah.
I'm aware as well you also had a guest appearance of drag queen Julia Glitter in your 2020 song Yalla.
Yeah.
And it feels a bit like you've become a bit of a gay icon. There's sort of been a shift in your career in the last sort of few years as well.
Say they have been so supportive, and they are still very supportive. And I perform at a SMAT. This is a club in Athens, an underground queer club, where I started performing last year. There are no phones inside.
The best kind of club.
Yes. And it's freedom for me. It's so much happiness and freedom because you can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. And they just accept it. And it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. But because Greece is quite conservative, even when you put like a pink contact lenses, they are like looking at you like you have.
Wow, you must get a lot of looks.
Crazy. And I like going crazy so much. And this is the only safe place where I can...
the underground gay club scene.
I can feel like comfortable,
Gay clubs are the place in terms of nightlife,
100% the place I feel, firstly, the most comfortable.
Yeah.
And where I'm able to just dance and feel completely liberated. And it's just, there is a certain freedom that comes with that space that is, it's unthreatening. And it's just so welcoming of like uniqueness and kind of expression.
Yeah.
One of the comments, because I've seen that you've recently released the official music video for Ghazi,
Yeah.
which
You
is
did.
so cool. I just wanted to say one of the comments on the YouTube video was from someone who said, "Mother always finds a way to reinvent herself." Which I was like, that's perfect for what I want to talk to you about because of this transformation and reinvention, and also being connected to the gay community. Can you tell us a bit about what this song means to you?
This is a very different vibe from Identity Crisis. It's like warm, calm, and love song, which is also part of me. And this is a song actually like the between the Identity Crisis era and the villain.
The villain.
Yeah. So it's kind of a bridge between Identity Crisis and the villain. And I love the song. I love the melody and the vibe of it. And I really love the music video. It has a very nice cinematography, I think, which I love.
Your videos, they're all really beautifully done.
Thank you.
The fashion is always incredible. The cinematography is always incredible. Do you have like a team that you've worked with for a long time?
Of course.
Who are your people?
I have a team of amazing people that know me pretty well, and I don't need to explain too much.
Yeah, they nail it. They nail every video I watch. I'm like, this is incredible.
We just understand, each other. But I love teamwork, Sometimes I have an idea and then somebody puts his own idea in this idea, and that's how we create our images and live performances, even the music. I love working with my team. And especially for the past 3-4 years, I really found myself surrounding with the people that know me or, understand me, I think, artistically.
I think it looks like they really do. Also because, this reinvention is such an important aspect of what you do. And in each video, you look so different.
Yes.
You look like a different person. The styling and the makeup is incredible. Yeah. And for each video, you're kind of becoming a different character. And there's a different vibe, a different energy, a different kind of storyline. So whoever your team is, they're incredible. I wondered if, because sometimes people have a team for maybe 5 years, and then when they have like a new, they have like a rebirth, and they want to kind of change the whole team and get something
That's what
different.
I did a couple of years ago, which was not easy at all because I loved my previous team and people so much. But sometimes when you move on and you see the people around you like stays behind you,
they don't quite get it.
Yes, I tried quite a lot for a couple of years to take them with me, but then you get kind of tired. I just was trying too hard to have them with me because I really loved them as a persons, because I used to work with them for so many years. But then I made a decision, and of course there was no problem at all. I just talk to them, and I said I really need to move on and change some things, and we stayed friends, and we love each other. But I have my new team, and I think the change is necessary most of the times. We have to change. It doesn't mean that I don't love them or I don't respect them. You just, it happens all the time. Somebody moves on, somebody stays behind, which is absolutely
and you can't always
normal.
have the same vision.
Yes, exactly.
And you can't go through a stage of having to constantly persuade people or explain your vision. You kind of need to find people who have a similar vision.
Yes.
Going on to your fashion, which is very daring and bold. And I love that you really engage with like avant-garde kind of conceptual designs. And I was reading that you use a lot of well-known designers, but also new and emerging designers to kind of dress you for your shows and for your videos. Are these collaborations with these designers something that you see as kind of very important to the overall look? Like, how do you go about finding these designers?
Okay, I love fashion. To be honest, it's a fashion, but I love playing with styling. I love playing with myself and my personality. As I told you before, I can be a classy chick one day and the next day I can be completely different. But this is really who I am. So I follow and I do a lot of research on designers in general. I love seeing new stuff. Sometimes I don't understand things, but I insist to see the how a designer expresses himself or herself. I really like weird things. I constantly like to see new stuff. There are things, sometimes people tell me like, why don't we do this kind of a hair? And I was like, it has been. I have seen it so many times, like for the past 2 years. I don't want to do it. But they go then like, you have seen it, but people in Greece haven't seen it at all. Let's do it. I was like always trying to create something new, which is not easy at all. Nowadays,
really not easy.
Yes, not easy at all. But I really try. And also the thing that makes me sometimes crazy is that, in Greece, we don't really have much to do. I mean, there is a Mad Walk and Mad Music Awards, and basically that's it. So when you have a project or something in your mind that you want to show people, this is the only way to do it, to perform at Mad Music Award or Mad Walk. So I have ideas and I just sit and wait when the time comes. And by the time comes,
You've got
I
a
don't
new
like,
idea.
I have a new idea, I don't like the idea I had 2 months ago.
So are you very involved in that process of finding designers and new looks and designing things?
I'm basically the one that kind of starts the idea, and then there are people that help me to create, how to say,
They sort of bring it all together.
bring it all together. Yeah, my vision. And I'm lucky because I have people that understand what I'm saying and explaining.
That's the thing. You need people who can visualize it to bring it together.
Most of the times it's like, no, it's not possible. I was like, everything is possible.
We can make it work.
Yeah, don't say no. And most of the times I had done performances that are really hard to pull on, like look-wise. And every time I say to my creative director that we work together, okay, next year, I just want to put one dress on me and go on stage. I don't want to have like a lot in my mind. But when time comes, I just can't do it.
Yeah, you can't resist.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, your style really overlaps with this sort of posthuman trend in fashion that I'm obsessed with and that this podcast is kind of based around.
Oh, I know.
This posthuman trend. And you create these kind of alien, otherworldly creatures that are sometimes like hybrid beings and disrupt bodily norms. What makes you connect with this aesthetic and the kind of futurism that comes with this non-human look?
Well, I have always been like this. I remember myself being a little girl, and there was a time in the 90s when everybody was looking, in the sky, seeing aliens. And I remember myself telling my mom, I want to see them. And I remember once I was standing on the roof of my home. There was a little window, and you could step from the window on the roof. So she got me standing on the roof, looking
up for aliens.
Aliens. And I loved the movies about creatures, I'm still amazed with this idea. So I can't really give you some specific explanation, but I somehow always felt like I belong here, but this is not the only place where I feel like I belong. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it makes sense. There is so much more which I want to explore, which I somehow feel, but I can't really explain what it is. And I'm really interested in, creatures and alien nations and cosmos in general.
Well, you can tell as well, I think one of your videos, which is called Pandora,
yes.
The video is like super non-human kind of creatures, which is really cool.
Thank you.
And it's just very creative and fun, I think. And it's, again, it connects to this like embracing the future, what can come.
Exactly, yeah.
What was it like being a judge and a mentor on X Factor?
It was fun. I'm not a great TV persona, I think.
Really?
Because
you've got the look for it.
I don't know. That's what I think. But well, people in production liked me, so I was like, let's go.
You did it for a few seasons as well.
I did, yeah. I did two seasons in Greece, and I did, I think, 2 seasons in Georgia, or maybe even 3. But it was fun, because I've been through this process as a contestant, so I can really feel what they feel. But I needed to be honest as well. But I could find the beautiful way to say something which was not a good thing, but I could find the good way.
Constructive criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to harm and hurt the person.
Well, that's the best way to be.
Yes.
You were a mentor and a judge. And I was thinking that those are quite different roles, aren't they? But
yes, it is. It is. And it really helped me that I went through the other process before. So, yes, it was fun. Especially in Georgia, because that was the only way to go back to Georgia. So I was happy to do it in Georgia. But,
did it make you, I mean, because you were being consumed in that way through television and you'd already been a pop star with a specific fan base, did it enhance your fan base in a big way when you did X Factor? Did you find that you became more famous?
You know how TV works. It always helps.
But was it something you noticed? Could you see your fame increase after that?
Yes, you can see that. But you know what? It's not permanent, can I say this? Like, it's just that. After months, when it's over, nobody really remembers it. I never given that much attention to those things as managers normally do. Like, you have to do this because that, this and that, And I was like, I just want to do what I like.
You just want to do what you like. I love it.
Yeah, that's all that matters to me, really.
That's probably why you've been consistently producing work and been so successful, because you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I do really enjoy it. Really, it gives me life.
So with your new album, you're going to remake 2 of your much older songs, remix?
Yeah. Basically, the first EP, The Villain, which is like pretty close to Identity Crisis sound and vibe, but a step ahead, I think. And then the second EP is completely different from what I've done before. It's happier. It's more like J-pop, hyper. Then I'm going to release those 2 EPs basically in one LP, physical LP, double CD. And I'm going to add 2 of my oldest songs, which I'm going to remake them, like make them fresher. So I'm really excited, yeah. And the title of LP is going to be The Villain Heroine.
The Villain Heroine?
Yeah, the first one is going to be The Villain, then it's going to be The Heroine, and then it's going to be The Villain Heroine.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you so much,
Thank
Tamta,
you so much
for being on Bodies in the Post.
Thank you for helping me with my English.
No, not at all. Your English is incredible.
It's not, but you know what? I speak 4 languages. None of it is fluent anymore. Like,
which is the 4th?
Georgian, Russian was my second language as a former Soviet girl. Then English, which basically I learned like practicing in.
Through talking, yeah.
Yes, and Greek. I have to concentrate which language
I'm not just saying it. Your English has been absolutely perfect.
The main thing is that you understood what I wanted to say. That's the...
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I understood it all. I feel like you said it all beautifully as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tamta. Yay!
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bodies in the Post. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, subscribe, and share with a friend. You can also find the podcast on Instagram at Bodies in the Post and on TikTok at Bodies in the Post Podcast.